I can use this in my life. Maybe not right now. This is pretty good. Let's do this. What's up? How you doing? Welcome back to A Moment of Clarity with yours truly, Aaron Thomason. I'm super excited that you're with me, but you know what I'm thinking. Did you give this to 3 people last time? Have you brought somebody with you? Are you putting the big fella to work to allow for me to work for you? All right, listen, we know it. And some of you might be able to recite it by now. Clarity breeds confidence. And when you know who you are, where you are in life, and ultimately where you want to go, you can then take the next step in the direction of your goals and your dreams for sustainable success with clarity and confidence. All right. But here's what I know we have a tendency to do, and I am 100% guilty of this. So again, I'm talking to myself. Remember, we're in this together. But here's what I want us to think through. I want us to think through this. What happens when you go to a conference, somebody brings somebody to your job, somebody says something at a dinner party, and you like, whoo, that was a bar. Yo, that was really good. Hallelujah, I can be better. I'm free. All that stuff that comes out of these moments, and then you race out. You either do one, like a bottle rocket, you trying to get everything done so fast so you don't lose that feeling, and then you come crashing back down, or you don't do anything and you just take the feeling for the moment in the spot. I want to talk to the people who kind of had that bottle rocket moment, 2-3 weeks outside, and then you start coming back down and crashing, and then you need another conference or moment to come back up, and then you crash again. I'm talking to you because I've been that. I've been that person. And I'm gonna tell you something, it's exhausting. It's exhausting to be that person because you get your hopes up and all your energy going and everything else for that moment. And then all of a sudden you look up a couple of weeks later, 3-4 weeks later, maybe a couple months later, you're like, why does it feel like I'm back in the same position I was when I was having all of that rocket excitement? And all of a sudden, I feel like I'm back down. I want to walk you through what happened. What happens is that in our minds, we've just become aware of something that has resonated with us. Truth is sweet to the soul, right? You know it when you hear it, even if you don't even like the person that says it. When you hear truth, you're like, ooh, I'm mad, but they right. We know truth when we hear it. That's why we get so excited coming out of those conferences and those moments, or those books, or the books we're reading, or these audios we listen to, or the thing that we experience. That's why we're so excited, because we know truth when we hear it. But sometimes when you have not been aware of the truth, you try to take all the truth and try to do everything all at the same time. And guess what happens? When you try to do everything at the same time, you get nothing done, which produces the frustration on why you're sitting here saying, why am I still in this place? Well, I think there's a process that many of us go through that we actually weren't even aware. I wasn't either, until I just sat back one day and the Lord kind of hit me with it. And I'm just going to tell you what the process is. Because as an adult, we don't learn as children learn, where you can put the kids in the school for all day, and then they go from homeroom and recess and all these classes and everything else, and then they come out and they're learning. We as adults, we don't do that. Our attention span ain't that long. So adults, we have to take things in bites and pieces, step by step. That's why I'm always telling you, take the next step in the direction that you're going, right? This is why I'm always talking about this. So here is what I want you to think through. When you feel like you're excited about something, the next conference you go to, I want you to understand that you're getting ready to go through these 4 steps, and I want to help you maximize your ability to be successful. First step is awareness. That's why you went to the conference. You wanted to become aware of the thought process, the excitement, the ideas, the things that they were talking about. That's awareness. And that's good for the awareness, because with awareness, what it's going to give you an opportunity to do is it's going to allow for you to now have a different understanding of a broader picture than you understood before you got there. Awareness is good. So that's the first step. The second step, while you're then going from that awareness space and that newness, that conference, that book, that conversation, whatever it is now you got to unpack all these new learnings, all these things that you're now aware of. You got to start unpacking them, right? And as you start unpacking them, it gives you an opportunity to kind of see, I can use this in my life. Maybe not right now. This is pretty good. Let's do this, right? As you're unpacking these truths, as you're unpacking this new information, it gives you an opportunity to then go to the next step of doing what? Processing that information. Because see, I want you to understand this. When you unpack, when those of us that have moved, when you unpack, you're aware of kind of what's in the box. You're aware of what's in the tote. But now you go to the next step, you're trying to process it, right? Take these shoes and put it in that closet. Take this couch and put it in that room, or take this bed and put it over there, right? You're unpacking something that was confined and putting it in a place in your life through processing that allows for it to be nurtured, allow for it to be focused on, to be consistent for the next place for you to do what? Apply it, right? Because as you're unpacking, as you're processing, if we go back to the move in from the home analogy, is that now you get a chance to put the chair in that room as you put it in there, and you can say like, is this the vibe I'm going for? Is this what I want to be able to do? That's the application space. You're processing and putting things through, and now you're applying the vision that you saw in that house. Yep. That new revelation, that truth that you've unpacked and said, hey, I want to implement this in my life. As you now start applying it in the places that you see, you then get a chance to say, here's a different result. Well, what does that do? That takes us back to the beginning of awareness. Oh, this can work for me. Oh, I must have done something wrong. It's almost like doing a recipe. Like, this don't taste like grandma's. What did I miss? What step did I not make, right? What did I skip something? Did I use too much of this? Did I use too much of that? Right? We do it in every other aspect of our lives, except when we're taking the next step in the journey, in the direction, on the journey for sustainable success. We want to do it all at once. We want to binge watch. We want to binge eat. We want to do all of it at once and say, whoo, boy, I got it now. No, you don't. You just became aware of it. And you're still unpacking what that actually means and how you apply that to your life. So take the time to process it, apply it, and continue that learning loop. Continue that learning loop. Because as you continue that learning loop, what does it give you the opportunity to do? It gives you an opportunity at one step at a time, one bite size at a time, to move closer in the direction of your goals and to ultimately transform your life. To take what's in here and allow for it to be the reality in which you live in. Do me a favor. I need you to be excited. I need you to be excited about the possibilities. I need you to be excited about now having clarity on a process to take the next step. So here's what I want you to do. Do me a favor. Give this to 3 people that you know need to go through this process, go through this learning loop to put themselves in a better position so they can have a better year than they had this year. Right? Next thing I want you to do is in the comments. I just want you to just tell me which step you're taking this week. Just which one. I'm not asking you to do all 4 of them between now and Wednesday, but which one are you doing between now and Wednesday? All right? And if you say, Aaron, I don't know which way to go, in the comments, hit book now. Get on my calendar. Let's figure this thing out together because we're in this together. But here's the one thing I want you to be able to do. I want you to be able to do this and remember this. Because you started out on this journey to get better, it doesn't mean that you weren't already good. So until next time, I'll see you then.